Hello everyone, I am Rebekah from Teshuvah Ministries, and today I just wanted to share with you one little thing that I do with my family to celebrate Rosh Hashanah. So for every feast, I try to get at the heart of the feast or the appointment with a little tradition that helps my family remember what it's about. Well, Rosh Hashanah is super amazing. It's the head of the year. It happens in the spring. It happens when the barley is Aviv in the land of Israel. That next new moon is Rosh Hashanah. So there's all kinds of things there to explore. You know, we believe that it was the first day of creation, that time actually started that first day of creation. So we celebrate creation. We talk about creation and what we believe about that and what the scriptures teach us about that. But here's one little tradition that I do to help us cultivate the soil of our hearts so that our hearts are ready to receive the seeds that Yehovah and the Ruach HaKodesh are going to plant in our hearts in the spring with the spring feast. So Rosh Hashanah, you know, is the day one of the head of the year, of Yehovah's year, and then you count 14 days to Passover. So you have all those spring feasts that we're looking forward to. Well, right now, some great things to look at are the condition of your heart. So yeah, not just, you know, we look at creation, we look at calendar, different things like that. But we also need to look at the soil of our hearts. And so I have other traditions, like we go through videos and pictures from this last year and look at where Papa has taken us. But one of the things that I do that takes a little bit of time, but I think is well worth it, is a little bit of a journaling sort of thing. So we do what's called a Yah Letter, Papa Yah Letter. All right, so these are some letters of ours from the past. Each person gets to make their own envelope and write a letter to Yehovah and then put it in the envelope with their name on it and the year. And then we put it in the box, in the Rosh Hashanah tote. And then next year we pull that letter out and read it and say, wow, how did Papa come through for us? You know, what things were we expecting or hoping to happen this last year? You know, what things did happen? And what can we praise his name for? And what things haven't happened yet? What things haven't been resolved or solved, fixed, you know, or come true yet? So this is a really fantastic way to spend, I don't know, the Shabbat around Rosh Hashanah doing. One of the things I like to do is take the family into the store and let them choose their own special piece of paper to do this. So I use pretty stiff paper. This is actually, we're folded this with the instructions of doing origami folds. Now, granted, I don't know what origami means, so don't hold me to that. So as we learn and unlearn some things, I don't know what origami means, okay? So don't nail me to the wall on that. I just mean to make an envelope, okay? So fold an envelope in a cool way so that it's interesting and fun to learn how to do. And then when you can, the next year you'll open it and see how it's kind of stiff. And then here's the little letter. Yeah, it's like a little treasure in there. It's always hard to refold it back. Oh, wait. There we go. And then in here, that was Maggie's from last year. And she wrote on the back of the instructions for how to do the letter to Papa, the Yah Letter. So here's the instructions. You open last year's letter and read it. And then you look for the following things, the following three things. What was Papa successful at answering, healing, or restoring in your life? What did he free you from? Did he move you into something new since last Rosh Hashanah that's really good for your heart or good for your mind, your spiritual life? What things are still needing restored or healed or resolved? Yeah. And number three, what plans did you make that were successful? Which ones were not successful? All right. And then write your new letter to Papa. So in your new letter, include the following 4 things. What are you thankful for from this past year? And where did he come through for you? Where did Papa come through for you this last year? Write it down. People, stop forgetting, right? And then number 2, what do you desperately want to see different and happen this next year, right? What do you desperately want to see different next year at this time? And number 3, What will you lay at his feet? What will you surrender in order to have number 2? So what will you actually give in order to have that sort of change that you want to see by this time next year? And then number 4, explain to Papa your plans. Remember, he says that you commit your ways, your plans unto him, and he will make your plans succeed, right? Your ways succeed. And I know that probably refers to, more of a covenant sort of thing, but I think you can apply this also in what are you planning to do? What are you planning to do this next year in your life or for the kingdom? And ask him to make those plans succeed if they are in his will for your life. Then surrender them and lay them at his feet for him to do with them what he wants to do. So you're going to lay down your expectations of what you want to happen. Say, yes, this is like, okay, Papa, I do want this to happen. I'm going to lay this at your feet. Here's my plans, but I'm going to let go, and I'm going to let you tell me whether this is the right thing or not, right? So that's a great thing to do. So you're going to write that in your new letter to Papa Yah. And then you make an envelope, you fold it up, you don't show it to anybody, and then you put it in here for next year. Yeah. And then it's all sealed up for you to look at next year. And then you can share with your family how Yehovah came through for you when you read it next year, right? Or what things he's still, working on, or what things you still hope to happen that haven't yet, and that you're still, kind of massaging the plan, putting it back at his feet, saying, is this okay? Is this a good thing? Do you like this idea? And then continuing that process of walking with him. This is a great way to remember what he has done for you. Great thing to practice in looking back and not forgetting. So when you're looking forward into the next year and you want all these things to change and you want all these blessings, don't forget to look back and say, wow, thank you for that. Thank you for what you have done. Because if you're faithful with little, he'll give you much. If you're faithful with what he already has given you, if you're thankful for what he already has given you, then I believe if he is like any parent that is a good parent, you're not going to be giving your kids more and more and more things unless you can see that they're thankful for what they already have, right? So here's a really cool idea to do at Rosh Hashanah with your family that will kind of just help take your walk and your celebration of Rosh Hashanah to a new level. Tilling the soil of your heart, being thankful as you walk into the next year. All right, shalom. I hope that you find great ways to celebrate the feast and create traditions in your home that work for you, that are sustainable for you and your family. Shalom.